Well, today is Saturday, October 3rd, and it's time for our meeting highlights, how to get a good night's sleep. First off, we'll address the Band-Aid on my chin. TMI, I've reached the magic age where plucking is beyond. So I shave. I have a little mole here, and I clipped the mole this morning, and I can't get it to stop bleeding. I mean, I'm not bleeding to death, nothing like that. But I do take aspirin for a blood thinner, and so now I need to cut back on the aspirin a little bit, I'm thinking. So I'm fine. I'm really fine. If you're of that age, you know what I'm talking about. It's like you could be there for hours plucking. And one day I decided, the hell with it. I'm going to just shave. Ugh, biggest mistake I ever made. Biggest mistake I ever made. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but that was one of the biggest ones. So I know there's other methods. I'm 70. I don't really care. I got my man, as we say in my family. So anyway, let's get on with the meeting. Enough about Sandy. Like I said, it's about how to get a good night's sleep. Let's see how I did this week. Disappointing, not surprising. I have fallen back into the pattern of eating out. If you've followed me for a while, you know that my biggest downfall has been eating out. Through the whole pandemic, I was afraid to eat out. I was afraid I was going to catch the virus, and so I didn't eat out or do any of that stuff. So I just started eating out again. And I was trying to tell myself I only ate out twice this week. But the truth is that I really ate out 3 times, because Sunday we got a carry out from Buffalo Wild Wings, and I ate half of it and then saved the other half for the next day and ate the other half the next day. So technically I ate carry out 2 days in a row. And then on Thursday, if you follow my daily vlog, you know I went to Wendy's. So funny story about Wendy's. When I went there, I had ordered the single with cheese meals. And I had asked for medium, or I just asked for 2 singles with cheese. And I one with a Coke, because Jim likes Coke, and one with a Dr. Pepper with no ice. When I got the order, they had given me like a really large cup of Dr. Pepper. And so I told them, I said, no, it's supposed to be 2 medium sizes. And the kid said, well, I figured this way you'd know for sure which one was the Dr. Pepper. And I drank every little bit of it, and I don't even know how many ounces it was, but it was a lot. So, am I surprised I gained 2 pounds? No. Am I disappointed in myself? Yes. Am I discouraged? No. I have planned on going straight forward. I'm not going to eat out. I realize that's my trigger. I need to stop. And so, it's in the past. Not to say that I'm never going to eat out again, because hello, my name is Sandy, I eat out, but I've realized that until I've reached my Wonderland goal, to get to Wonderland, that I need to rein it back in. Okay, so today we're going to talk about how to get a good night's sleep. I really don't have any problems getting a good night's sleep. I have a sleep pattern that, you know, for years when I worked, I would go to bed like 9:30, 10 o'clock, because I got up at 4:30, 5 o'clock to go to work. So I wanted to get that 6-7 hours sleep, which is really all I've ever really required. Now I go to bed anywhere between 1 and 2:30 in the morning, and I get up during the week, because I walk with my sister Denise. I get up between 8 and 8:15, and then on the weekends I usually get up about 9 o'clock. I still go to bed the same time every night. Now, I really don't have a problem falling asleep, but some people do, I realize that. But they say, how to get a good night's sleep. Waking up groggy, cranky, and overall just sluggish, you're not alone. More than 50% of Americans say they have trouble sleeping. And while it's safe to say that bedtime roadblocks are definitely common and really super frustrating, these days there are always ways to overcome them. Figure out which roadblock below is getting in the way of you getting your extra Z's. Then try one of the science-backed strategies. If it doesn't work, try another. There are so many things you can do. There really are. But let's see what they have to say, and I'll tell you if I agree, because I haven't read this yet. We're reading this together. Number 1 is a roadblock, is a busy mind. Strategy. Listen to meditation by Headspace in the WW app. Start a worry list. Jot down whatever's stressing you out and put it aside. Balderdash. That's a malarkey. Make myself feel really old. I don't like those strategies. I really don't. I really don't like those. Everybody has a busy mind when you go to bed. Not everybody, but for the most part, everybody has a busy mind. You either think of things that you did during the day that you shouldn't have done, or things that you did during the day that you really enjoyed, or you're thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow that's really like, you're either in anticipation or dread of it, either one. And your mind gets racing, it really does. And I would say for a busy mind, what would I do for a busy mind? Because I have had busy minds in the past. What I do when my mind is too busy, I say the rosary. I'm Catholic. And I don't pull out my rosary or anything, because I have a rosary on my hands, because it's 10 Hail Marys, and then you do your Our Father in between, and then you do 5 decades to get the whole rosary. So I just sit there with my fingers counting off my rosary and say my rosary, and then I dedicate it to somebody at the same time, so I'm accomplishing 2 things at the same time. Another thing which you should do is, I don't even know if they're going to tell us this, but I'm going to tell you right in advance. If you're tossing and turning for more than 10 minutes, I have a grandfather clock that chimes every 15 minutes. When I have overnight guests, I always turn it off, because Jim and I are just so used to it, we don't hear it. When we first moved into our first house, when we were first married, we lived on a fire route because the fire station was on the corner. And we heard those fire trucks every time they left in the middle of the night for probably a good month. And then after that, we never heard them. And we, somebody would say, there was a fire down the show, whatever, we didn't hear it. So you kind of tune yourself out. What I find is if I'm laying in bed and I'm tossing and turning and I hear the grandfather clock going, I always say to myself, if I hear it again chime, then that means I need to get up. And what I do is I just get up. I get up. I try to read. I don't go on my phone. I don't have any, and I sit in the dark. Like if I'm going to read, I just turn on a reading light, just enough to light up the page. And then I read for a little bit, and that'll help me. But I think if you stay in the bed tossing and turning, that's not good. It's just, you're just not going to get a fitful sleep. You're not going to get a restful sleep, rather. You're going to sleep fitfully. Number 2, they say, is a roadblock is a restless body. Strategy is to take a warm shower or bath about an hour before bed and put on calming music and do some stretches. Once again, a shower wakes me up. I don't know about anybody else. I don't like taking baths. I couldn't even tell you the last time I took a bath. I really have no memory of taking a bath. I've never taken a bath in this house. I've never taken a bath in my previous 2 homes. I don't even think I took a bath. I shower every day. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about me smelling. I do shower every day, but baths are just, no, I'm just not a bath person. They wake me up. Well, how would I know, see? How would you know? You haven't taken a bath in years. I just know from a shower. If I take a shower, it wakes me up. And doing some stretches and stuff, that's exercise. I know stretches aren't really exercising, but it's just, I guess I'm not going to agree with Weight Watchers on this one. It doesn't sound too promising, does it? Okay, the next thing they tell you about is a hectic evening. The strategy is to use Sunday to get ahead on bills, emails, anything that keeps you up late, and outsource meal prep, cut cooking time with pre-cut or pre-cooked ingredients. Okay, don't agree. I hate to sound like, negative Nelly, but I don't think Sunday is a time to get ahead on your bills and things like that. Sunday's a day of rest. I mean, granted, we like to watch football games, and I watch my political shows and things like that, but I don't do housework of any kind on Sundays. I don't do any laundry. I don't do grocery shopping. I don't do any of that stuff because to me, it's just a day of rest. But if it works for you, okay. I would agree with this strategy of just picking one day that that the next day it doesn't, if you have to get up for work the next day, don't do it that previous night. But if you know that the next day you can lay in bed, do it on Saturday, because then you know on Sunday is a day of rest, so you can catch up on whatever sleep you're going to miss on Saturday night. But I don't know. I don't agree with that one either. Finally, I think we're going to agree with this one. I think we will agree with this one. Waking up at night. Avoid the blue light. It makes your brain think it's daytime. The hint they tell you is don't reach for your phone. Go to a dim spot and read for 20 minutes. Well, I told you that on the first one, so I was way ahead of them. I always have my phone next to me, but I have it turned upside down because as everybody's phone does, I would think, is like when somebody calls, it lights up and then it just sends a blue glow through the room. I leave my phone on just out of habit. Any bad call I ever got was in the middle of the night, and so it's like, why would I want to have the phone on? But I just, in case somebody reaches out to me, I want to have my phone, but I have it turned upside down. My alarm clock light I have faced away from me, even though I don't get up with an alarm clock anymore, very rarely. But I have it turned away so that if I really want to know what time it is, I have to, reach over and turn the clock to look at it. So it doesn't have a light glowing on me. And I have room darkening shades, so the room is pretty dark. Other than in the spring and the summer when I sleep with my window open, so then I have the sunlight coming in, but that doesn't seem to bother me. But anyway, how to get a good night's sleep, I don't know that I helped you. I just didn't like this week. I don't know. No. I will leave the copy of this at the end so that you can see it and see if it helps you. But the recipe is for a 5-cheese spinach quiche. I've never had a quiche. Never, never, never. I mean, it looks all right, but I've never had one. That's the quiche. So, anyway, I can't blame my weight gain on a loss of sleep because I slept perfect this whole week. I never had a problem. But I have had problems in the past, as everybody does. Not every single night, but everybody has that, at least one night a year, I guess, that you do that. But 212.4, gained 2 pounds. I look at the bigger picture, though. I'm still 91.8 pounds lost. So I still have a little ways to go to get back to my wonderland and that. And I'm just going to spend the day reflecting. I'm going to check out my, the weight tracker to see how I've been doing, see if I'm falling into some sort of pattern. The pattern I know I'm falling into is eating out again, so I have to fall out of that pattern right away. I can't do that anymore. I just have to stop that. But anyway, how to get a good night's sleep. Let me know what you do. Tell me if you have a problem getting a good night's sleep. Hopefully we'll have a better subject next week. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button, and share it if you think somebody would like to see it. Always stay safe. I can never say those words together, but my heart is at that. Stay safe.